Ever felt that gnawing frustration when your partner dismisses your feelings? Or that simmering anger when they repeatedly ignore your needs? Buckle up, lovebirds. It's time to get real about apologies, their impact, and why avoiding them is like playing Russian roulette with your relationship. So what does a real apology look like between lovers? First, it's acknowledging the specific action that caused harm. "I'm sorry I forgot our anniversary" hits different than a vague "sorry you're upset." Next, it's showing genuine remorse. Your partner needs to see that you're not just sorry you got caught, but that you truly regret causing them pain. Because you do regret causing pain to the person you love, don't you? Then comes the empathy, really putting yourself in their shoes. "I understand that when I forgot our anniversary, it made you feel unimportant and unloved." Finally, it's about commitment to change. "In the future, I'll set reminders and prioritize our special dates." Also, in intimate relationships, apologies often need a physical component too. A heartfelt hug, holding hands while you talk, or even just maintaining eye contact can speak volumes. It's about reconnecting physically as well as emotionally. In our most intimate relationships, apologizing means being vulnerable. It's admitting imperfection to the person whose opinion matters most. And let's face it, that's scary as hell. For some, apologizing feels like handing over their power. They fear it'll be used against them later. But here's the truth. Refusing to apologize is what really gives away your power. It tells your partner that your ego is more important than their feelings or your relationship. Others struggle because apologizing triggers shame. It's not just about the specific action, but feeling like a bad partner overall. This shame can be paralyzing, leading to defensive behaviors rather than genuine apologies. For the recipient, a heartfelt apology is like emotional first aid. It validates their feelings, showing them that their pain matters to you. It rebuilds the safety and trust that are crucial for intimate bonds. When you chose your partner, you embraced their whole being, including their sensitivities and vulnerabilities. You love them for who they are, quirks and all. Their need for apologies in certain situations isn't a flaw. It's part of what makes them uniquely them. If you truly care for their well-being, and if you don't, why are they your partner? Acknowledging their feelings through sincere apologies isn't just important, it's a fundamental aspect of your relationship, and it speaks volumes about the kind of person you are. Loving someone means respecting their emotional needs, even when it's challenging for you. Now, let's talk about what happens when "I'm sorry" becomes the road not taken in your relationship. In the short term, it might seem easier. You avoid discomfort, save face, maybe even feel like you've won the argument. But trust me, this is a hollow victory at best. Every time you mess up and don't apologize, you're sending your partner a silent message. Your feelings don't matter as much as my comfort. Ouch, right? It's like emotional paper cuts. One might not hurt much, but they add up fast. Let's paint a picture. Say you consistently forget important dates, birthdays, anniversaries. That day you first said "I love you" over cheap wine and pizza. Each time, instead of apologizing, you brush it off. It's just a day, you say. Why are you so sensitive? Your partner, who values these milestones, starts to feel unimportant. They begin to question their place in your life. The next time you forget something, it's not just about that incident. It's about all the times you didn't care enough to apologize. This is where resentment starts to breed. Your partner starts keeping score, even if they don't want to. They begin to see you as selfish, uncaring. Trust erodes, intimacy wanes. Why open up to someone who doesn't value your feelings? Communication breaks down next. Your partner stops sharing their hurts because what's the point? They start assuming the worst about your intentions. That playful tease, now it feels like a jab. That innocent forgetting, now it feels intentional. Sex and physical intimacy often take a hit too. It's hard to feel sexy with someone you're silently angry at. Kisses become pecks, passionate nights become superficial. Before you know it, you're living with a stranger who knows your Netflix password. The warm, intimate connection you once shared is replaced by cold shoulders and passive-aggressive comments. All because "I'm sorry" became the hardest words to say. Here's a hard truth. People who consistently refuse to apologize can't truly be intimate partners. At best, they become emotional strangers, two people sharing a space but not a connection. At worst, they transform into adversaries locked in a cold war of unresolved hurts and mounting resentment. Think about it. Would you consider someone who repeatedly hurts you without remorse a friend? A lover? Of course not. Real intimacy requires vulnerability, empathy, and the courage to admit when we're wrong. Without these, we're not partners. We're just two people pretending at love while drifting further apart. Resentment in intimate relationships is like carbon monoxide, odorless, colorless, but deadly. It builds up so gradually you might not notice until it's too late. When apologies are consistently absent, your partner starts to internalize every hurt, every dismissal, every unacknowledged mistake. It's like they're collecting tiny pebbles of pain. One pebble isn't heavy, but over time they're lugging around a boulder of resentment. This resentment colors everything. That time you brought flowers? Instead of appreciating the gesture, they're thinking, oh, so now you care. When you suggest a date night, they feel suspicion. What are you trying to make up for? Psychologically, harboring resentment is exhausting. Your partner's brain is constantly on alert, waiting for the next hurt, the next dismissal. This chronic stress can lead to physical symptoms, headaches, digestive issues, even a weakened immune system. Resentment also breeds contempt, which is the #1 predictor of divorce. Every snarky comment, every eye roll, every heavy sigh is resentment made visible. The insidious part? Resentment makes it harder for your partner to accept apologies, even when you do offer them. They've built up such a strong defensive wall that your sorry bounces right off. In essence, consistent lack of apologies turns your once safe relationship into an emotional minefield. Your partner never knows when they might step on another hurt, another dismissal. And you're left wondering why the person who once looked at you with love now seems to always be on edge. Here's another crucial point. Apologies without change are just empty words. If you find yourself saying sorry for the same issues repeatedly, but your actions never evolve, you're stuck in a cycle of hollow remorse. This pattern can be even more damaging than not apologizing at all. It creates a false hope of improvement, only to crush it time and time again. Real apologies come with a commitment to growth and change. Without that commitment, I'm sorry becomes nothing more than a band-aid on a wound that never heals, leaving both partners frustrated and the relationship nosediving. So how do we diffuse this resentment bomb? It starts with recognizing when you've messed up. What is crucial to understand is that you don't get to decide if your partner has been hurt. That is their prerogative and their experience. Time to own up. Next, swallow that pride. Yes, it might taste bitter, but it's better than the aftertaste of a failed relationship. Remember, apologizing to your partner doesn't make you weak. It makes you a responsible, emotionally mature adult. When you're ready to apologize, create the right setting. Turn off the TV. Put away the phones. Make eye contact. This is important stuff. Treat it that way. Use I statements. I'm sorry I hurt you hits differently than I'm sorry you feel hurt. Take full responsibility without deflecting or making excuses. Be specific about what you're apologizing for. I'm sorry I dismissed your feelings when you wanted to talk about our future. You deserve to be heard and I shut you down. Show that you understand the impact of your actions. I realized that when I forgot our anniversary, it made you feel unimportant and unloved. That's the last thing I want you to feel. Finally, commit to change. In the future, I'll set reminders for important dates and prioritize our special moments. Remember, it's not about the words alone. Your tone, body language, and subsequent actions all play a part in a sincere apology. A gentle touch, a heartfelt hug can speak volumes. One last point that is crucial to make. One apology doesn't fix everything. One sorry doesn't erase a pattern. If resentment has been festering for days, weeks, or months, you can be sure that one apology won't change a thing. On the contrary, it might even feel like it opens an entire can of worms. So if this is your case, keep your head down and keep on apologizing. For as long as it takes, show through consistent actions that you're committed to change and to rebuilding trust. And if you find yourself not willing or not able to do that, it's grand time that you question the validity of the relationship and let the person go have a better life than the one you give them. Because at the end of the day, love isn't about being perfect. It's about being perfectly willing to own your imperfections. So take a moment to reflect. How's your apology game? Are you a sorry superstar or more of an apology avoider? Remember, it's never too late to start. Your relationship will thank you. If you found this insightful, don't forget to share, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.